A story that would change your life, okay? Me personally, as a day trader, all right? Many years ago, I didn't know anything about actually trading, okay? And especially futures trading, okay? I didn't even know that I was going to be or wanted to be a full time day trader, okay? All I knew was that I needed to find something, a source that would turn my life around, okay? Allow me to be able to spend time with family and not feel exhausted on the daily. Something that would allow me to have, you know, be able to have my own reins, my own control of my own life, be my own boss, all right? Be able to spend time with family, be able to make money no matter where I stood at or where I was at physically in life, meaning if I was at home or in a hotel or vacation across the other sides of the world, it doesn't really matter. I was seeking or searching for something that would open that door for me, something that would make me feel comfortable and whole as a person. So my story may relate to many of you guys out there. If you've ever been in a situation to where maybe you've had this job or you're currently working at in your profession. Okay, it could be a career. That started out from you graduating from college and picking a choice of a career or field to study, and then I hear so many people talk about a 10-year course or a 20-year course, and now they are burnt out. They just haven't been able to enjoy the fruits of their labor, the money they've made. They haven't taken a vacation in the last 5 years. We get burnt out as people if we don't really grab the reins and take control of our own lives. All we are searching for, or when we're younger, we're thinking about making money. Okay, finding success in some means or some way, and life is so much more to life than just the almighty dollar. Okay, we know that's what turns and spins and makes this world or the economy turn, right? But ultimately, in the end, life is not about money. The feeling of being whole as a person, it's not about how much money you make at the end of the day. It's about the a sense of quality of life, meaning being able to have a balance. All right, being able to make a living, but also being happy at the end. And that's what it was about for me. So hopefully this relates to many of you out there, that you can change your life as a person, meaning as opening up a door or finding a pathway to take in life that will provide you the opportunity to feel whole. Okay, not only feel whole, but to have a sense of comfortability to where you can wake up on the daily, sit in front of these charts like I do, and within an hour or two and make money. Okay, it could be $200, it could be $500, whatever it takes for you to really pay the bills at the end of basically at the end of the month. Or take home a certain amount of income monthly. All right, and you don't have to do this just full time. You can do it from a part time basis as well. For me, I didn't find any level of success until I actually learned one particular strategy, which all centered around trading supply and demand. All right. I know there are tons of strategies out there. We all know that, especially anyone that is successful today in a trader. And maybe you don't trade the same way as I do. Maybe you trade supply and demand, but trade it using a different strategy or technique. So I'm not here to point anyone in a particular direction and tell them which strategy they should use. I don't do that here on my channel. I don't do that here as a trader that's basically showing you how I trade, because that's what I'm doing, is sharing my experience, as well as leaving along some nuggets, some pieces of gold that hopefully people will, who or want to become inspired, or who are inspired to be either part-time or full-time traders, will listen and really grasp what I'm saying, allow it to soak in. Yes, you too can become a profitable trader. Okay, I do this each and every day. All right, I just wish I was, understood what I was doing, 20 years ago. I wish I understood how to trade 20 years ago. I wish the opportunity fell on my lap. Someone kind of whispered in my ear a lot sooner than it took. Okay, but that's just the course of life. Sometimes, it's a waiting game. Some people experience success at an early age than others, but we just have to sit back and wait for our opportunity because it will come. It will come. You just have to be patient, passionate. You have to have drive and motivation. And the biggest thing, again, is all relating back to the sense of being patient. Okay, stay still. Do what you need to do in the meantime, and things will unfold for you. Okay, so just take heed and listen to what I'm saying when I say that. I know a lot of individuals feel burnt out. And I talk about this. You are working maybe a full-time job where you're working maybe 60, 70 hours a week. Maybe you have 2 or 3 jobs, just to make ends meet or pay the bills, I really salute you guys and take my hats off to anyone who's doing that. And you're really, working really hard, but at the same time, you are taking baby steps to become a trader, taking steps to fund an account, to put money away, to be able to do what you need to do to make a living, but also be able to open up a door, a pathway for yourself. Trading, I'm gonna tell you guys, hand down, is probably one of the hardest things I ever did, trying to figure it all out because there's so many components. And what you'll find in the end is that it's actually more simplistic than it is. Just like most people, traders that start out, it just seems impossible, right? That's because we overcomplicate things. Our minds are trained to think that it possibly could be harder than what it really is. But ultimately, in the end, it's really just boils down to be able to understand what the market is doing, the structure of the market, being able to reprice action. You don't need all that crazy stuff on your charts. I talk about that. I didn't find a level of success until I started using naked charts. What does that mean? Having nothing on your charts, okay? So, of course, my path, my journey, everyone's story is going to be different than the next. We all understand that. I know I understand that. But I'm just here to tell you guys that you can be truly successful day trading just as I am, and you can become profitable. You can make money. You can do it part-time. You can whatever you want, wherever you want to take it to. There are no limits when it comes to trading. All right, at all. All right. Now, some days are going to be better than others, but I have this motto where I always say, be green on the day. That basically means that I truly believe that you should be green, meaning making money on the daily. You shouldn't be taking losses, and I don't care what anyone says. Some people will say, well, that's not possible. You're going to have a losing day. No, I don't believe in losing days. I believe in the possibility of having losing trades because you will take those. That just comes with proper risk management and knowing how to control where to get out at so you can protect and preserve your capital at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, you should really be in the green every day and be profitable to some degree. All right. Now, the amount of money or income you make on the daily, yeah, it's going to fluctuate, but have a goal in mind as well. Just like you have goals in life that you set up for yourself from childhood to when you become an adult, or when you are figuring out that pathway of what you want to do with your life, or what you want to become, most people actually have a change of venue, a change of career. A lot of people take actually hobbies and turn them into a profession. And that's what happened with me when it came to trading. It's really, became passionate about it. And once I become passionate about something, I don't let up off the gas pedal, guys. I'm full throttle. And I guess one of my biggest qualities as a person is I truly believe that if someone else can do it, I can do it just as well. But also the fact is that when things get a little rocky, okay, or get tough for me, that's what really fuels and motivates me even more because I want to figure out what it is that I'm not grasping. So whether that's going back to the drawing board and trying to, break things down all over again, I'm going to keep at it until I really figure it out. I do not let up. All right. I do not let up at all. So if that's you and you have that type of drive or motivation or personality, then, I really commend you as well, because that's what it really takes in life to really be successful and succeed. I want to kind of jump over now and just show you, like, when I talk about supply and demand trading, what I'm really talking about, just using a few examples of trades that I took today. All right. I took some good entries that allowed me to really make good profit today. So I'm going to break those. Well, I'm not going to go in full detail, but I'm going to show you the actual trades and just let you know, if you come to the channel, you subscribe, you become part of the team, and spend time watching the videos, you'll start to understand the simple strategy that I use, the simplistic way of how I actually trade. And if you really want to dive deeper into the way I trade, just simply click on the join button right here. If you do yourself that favor right there and then become an elite member, you're going to gain access to, guys, forgive me for my voice, it's a little, I'm not under the weather, just a little hoarse today for some whatever reason. But if you become an elite channel member here, click on this right here. All right, there's 2 tiers. Again, this is through YouTube, through the channel itself, here on Futures Trading with Mike. But by doing so for $6.99 a month, you get the trade breakdown. So I'll walk you through in detail about my trades, what I was looking at, why I took that trade. And I think that's the best opportunity as a setup process that walks people through, someone else's mindset. All right. And it takes, because most of us are visual, it allows you to grasp and understand it from a visual point or standpoint, what I was thinking, why I took that trade. And you can see, what I'm talking about when I'm talking about market structure, the entry of taking an area of supply or demand setup. So you get all that by watching those videos. But those trade breakdown videos are only part of if you become part of the private community and become an elite channel member. As well as you get the other perks, you get everything that's included as far as like with the loyal channel supporter. You get the priority reply to comments, the emojis, the badges. Also, one thing that you also receive here with the elite channel members is that there's a video playlist that I put out there and posted on the community tab within the YouTube channel. So if you go to community, you'll be able to see that posting to where there's a list of videos that I've hand selected that provide a quality content surrounding pertinent information that basically gives you valuable information about the strategy I use. More so goes in depth about how I trade. So you get the trade breakdowns in the video playlist for. So if you want to join for $6.99 and get that extra added on value, then just simply click on the join link here on the video. On the YouTube channel homepage, or you can also find this same join link or button on any video on the channel. So I just want to throw that out there. Also, if you want to become a Discord member, just find the link to the Discord community down in the description portion of any video here in the channel. Now let's move over. I want to go to the charts now and show you a couple examples of trades when I'm talking about supply and demand and how these type trades change and transform my life for the better. Allowed me to become a profitable full-time trader. Now, what we always want to pay attention to is market structure. All that is just really understanding the overall direction of what the market is trying to accomplish. Is it trying to move to the downside or upside? And, looking for the what I call the change in tide. Is the market breaking structure to the upside or downside? Because that's going to help us determine which way how we need to trade. So what we've seen here on the NASDAQ, I'm going over a chart of the NASDAQ, guys, even though I love to trade the ES futures, all right? But we can see the market making lower lows and lower highs. So that continues telling us when we get breaks of structures where the market is making a new low, then we need to be still looking for opportunities to go short. This morning into today's session, the U.S. session, the market actually broke structure back to the upside here. So after we had this run to the downside, the market broke higher and broke above this area structure here, sitting at 856, okay, 856 and a half. At that point, I was looking for maybe possible opportunities to go long because we broke structure on the higher time frame. This is my 60 range chart that I used to pretty much determine which way I should trade. Once I see a major shift in the market where we broke structure to the upside, using this as an example on a trade I took, I'm looking to take opportunities to go long. We broke structure back to the upside, so my mind shifts from looking for shorts because now we're no longer making lower lows. We've just made a high by breaking through an area of structure above that 856 and a half, 857 area. So we've done that. Now, I don't take my trades off of a higher time frame chart. Once I see that break of structure to the upside, then I'm going down to a lower time frame. Keep that, write that down, make a mental note of it. I'm going down to the lower time frame to look for an entry point, okay? But in looking at the higher time frame here, I'm really looking for a pullback to where the breaker struck, where the move started to take place on the movement to the upside here. This was aggressive buying. So supply and demand is nothing more but aggressive selling or buying. And we got a bullish activity to the upside where there was aggressive buying to the upside. So I'm looking for pullbacks to key areas of where the buying took place at, and to be able to look for it and get to a trade opportunity off of a lower time frame chart. So we pull back to this area here, and then I'm just looking for something to unfold on a lower time frame chart, which we're going to cover now. But I was looking for price to pull back and start filling in any voids, what I call gaps, that are left behind when they were left behind as price was moving higher and it broke structure right here. Okay, so I saw that there was gaps to fill within this bullish activity here, as well as within this swing here to the upside here. This little small swing here. Again, it's off a higher time frame chart. It had to fill this area here. Okay, and this is an area of demand on a higher time frame. So I waited to see if price was going to pull back and how far it would pull back. It tapped into this demand zone right here. But to me, I was again looking for where the activity of the bullish run to the upside started at, and wanting to see price pull back and fill the gaps in that it left behind, and needed to fill this area or this gap here at 18 and a half. Okay, so when price pull back to this key area right here, I just scaled down to my lower time frame chart. So let's talk about that now. Now, before we move down to the lower time frame, I just want to show you my area of interest is going to be up back at these highs right here. Why? Because price broke structure and it made this high here. Okay, so if we can get a pullback, and I'm looking, and then I'm going to talk about the setup on the lower time frame chart. And I get the setup on the lower time frame, my goal or my aim is going to be to see if price is going to take out the highs right here, or at least run back up and test the highs right here. Okay, just as long as it's not making any new low or breaking structure back down to the downside when it pulled back on the retracement right here. So it made a high, broke structure, didn't break any structure back to the downside on the retracement. So I'm going to aim for this area right here. Okay. All right. There's liquidity right here. Also liquidity up here at the top end here. But I'm aiming for this high right here. So now let's move down to the lower time frame chart. All right. So this green box right here, this is the higher time frame, my 60 range demand zone. Okay. So again, I'm aiming for the tops, aiming for up here. All right. And looking at the lower time frame, this is my 12 range chart now. I want to see price. Let's go back to the higher time frame to show you what I'm talking about. Price come back down to the latter part of where the move started from. I want to get in where the move started at. I don't want to get in somewhere in between, on a retracement. I want to get in back down where the move started at on the higher time frame. Okay, so when we move down to the lower time frame, price retraces back down. We just saw that we're retracing to just as well on the the higher time frame. It taps into our zone. At this point, I'm looking for a breaker structure to the upside on the lower time frame. This is going to tell me, I already see that the market is bullish on the higher time frame. It just broke structure to the upside. Okay, it made it high. But now I'm looking for confirmation to see if we're going to break structure on the lower time frame. And it does. Okay, you see price pushes up, okay, creating some the push to the upside here, making these higher highs and higher lows, is creating opportunity, is creating interest of where the market is wanting to push higher. All right, it breaks above this area here at 830 and 3/4, which when it does that, then it's broken structure. Okay, now I'm not looking just for an immediate pullback to go long. Okay, I'm looking for price once it's made a breaker structure to come back down to, again, the higher time frame demand areas within that general or geographic area off the higher time frame, and to look for an entry, basically a pullback to a key area of demand. And I'm also looking for it to come back and start closing in the areas of gaps, to fill those gaps. It's because it's got to fill every area of gap at some point, not say immediately, but you see what happens. It breaks structure here to the upside, and what does it do? It just starts running to the upside, right? Yeah, it does that. Okay, the high that I want to see it come up to is back up here, which was actually the high of today. Now it pushes up, and a lot of people get antsy and they just jump into a trade on a pullback. All right, I'm going to be patient and take a little time, because it took from 8:30 to really at the opening of the market for price to really pull back an hour later, to pull back to this area to start filling in. And if you look at what took place here after the breaker structure right here, it came back and filled in every area, pretty much every gap back down to the downside. So when it did that, and it tapped back into this area of the higher time frame at the breaking structure on the lower time frame, then I'm interested. Okay, it's tapped back into, come back to the area of the higher time frame demand zone at the breaking structure on the lower time frame to the upside, pulling back, and this right here is a key area of demand. Okay. All right, so this area right here, I'm focusing in on this area right here, okay? Demand. Let's blow this up a little bit so you can see it. Why? Aggressive buying right here to the upside. So I'll wait for price to tap back into. It pulls back, retraces into the higher time frame demand. Pulls back. We've got a demand zone on the lower time frame at the breaking structure on the lower time frame. Once I get the rejection with the close of a candle in the opposite direction, a full body close of a candle in the opposite direction, I'm going long. My aim is going to be back at the tops up here where I showed you on the higher time frame. Right here, the tops up here, okay, that high, which is right here on the lower time frame. So look what took place. Price pulls back to that area of demand on the lower time frame, and we tap back into the higher time frame demand. What does it do? Starts to move to the upside. Makes a high, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. And it keeps doing that, okay, all the way back up to the highs. All the way back up to the highs up here. You see that? It goes up there, tests the highs, okay? After the pullback, closing all the gaps, filling the gaps in, taps into the lower time frame supply zone, okay? And pushes up. So that's where I was able to ride and take that, get an opportunity to take price, pulling back, double confluence, higher time frame demand, lower time frame demand, and looking for price to aim back at the highs up there, and that's how I capitalized on and got that 50-point runner on the Nasdaq 100. This is the Discord post where I posted it over on our community. Right here, you see it. When I took this screenshot or image and posted it to the Discord for the members to see the trade, I was at 45 points, and it goes up there and hits my TP shortly after, and I capitalized on 50 points. One move, 50 points, okay? That's all you need, really. That's all you really need, whether it's one contract, two contracts, you know, depending on how much capital you have to trade. You catch a move like this, you don't even have to get a 50-point move. You can get like a 25 or 20-point move, whatever it is, you know, and one and done for the day, okay? You start doing things like that, and it compounds on the daily, and you start growing a account, you know, the capital real quick. All right. So I just want to show you, you know, it is extremely possible to be able to do the same type things. It's just all about the strategy you use. And to me, supply and demand is the ticket. It's the golden key in the way to actually trade. It's just, you got to find success in doing it. All right. And it takes time. It takes patience. That's the biggest thing about trading as a whole, is it takes patience waiting for things to unfold. And there were other opportunities and trades I took just as well. I posted another screenshot of a trade that I took. I'll show you here, right here. This was a 20, almost a 30. Let's see here. That was a 20, about a 28, 29 point move right here. I think it was 28 points. I got in with 3 contracts. Same setup, you know, pull back to a key area of demand on the higher time frame. Saw breaking structure, boom, broke to the upside on lower time frame, broke through structure on lower time frame, waited for pullback, boom, took off, went to the upside, and I was aiming for the high there because we got multiple confluence, higher time frame and lower time frame, and I was able to find an opportunity to take a trade going long. So this is a Discord community for anyone that's interested in joining us here. The channel here in the Discord this was the trading floor channel. So you come over and join us. Again, find the link to the Discord down in the description portion of the video. But I just want to show you guys that it is extremely, truly possible to be able to do this full-time or even part-time if you want to make an income, okay? So don't let anyone stand in your way of your dreams, you know, your hopes, your aspirations, your goals, okay? I've always had my mindset, when I have my mindset or locked in on something, I go after it, okay? But again, you know, I just want to kind of talk about, not so much in detail about my past, my history as a trader, or leading up to, you know, the point in my life where I transitioned to start become a full-time day trader, but just kind of give you more so a related type story to let you know that one, is truly possible regardless of what your story is, what path it is in life, okay? I wasn't a trader. I learned how to become a trader and became inspired and did not let up off the gas pedal until I figured out things. All right. Yeah. Of course I had, turbulence along the way. I thought about it and wanted to even give up. But it just, there's a part of you, if you are a really driven person, that's going to keep that, even the smallest wick, even this little bit of burning flame left in you, it will keep you going in the end. All right. But anyways, I truly hope everyone found some means of inspiration in this video, found some value in it. If you did, please drop a like on the channel. I mean, not channel. Please drop a like on the video. Please do yourself that favor and me the favor, because I will continue pushing out great content like this. Just drop a like. That's all you got to do. All you got to do is take your mouse, click on it, and drop a like on the video, okay? It helps the algorithm, help the channel out. Because, again, I'm doing this because I want to be able to truly help people and see them, have growth in their own lives and be able to do the things they love to do and not have to slave away at a job that they may not be too highly passionate about. Okay, at the end of the day, life's about quality. Okay, it's not about the quantity of money you have. It's about the building up and being able to establish a quality of life. All right. But anyways, I truly appreciate everyone tuning in and watching the videos. Take the time, please, if you do yourself a favor, click on the subscribe button, turn on all your post notifications so you never miss one of the uploads. And again, as well, please drop a like on the video. I'll see everyone in the next video.